Why do you keep pushing me away?
Love broke me once.
I'm still here.
Some people don't run away because they don't care. They run because the last time they opened their heart, someone walked away with a piece of it. But every now and then, life sends someone who doesn't chase you. They simply stay. Welcome to StoryMun. Here, we believe every heart has a story worth telling. If stories that make you feel something are the ones you love most, join our family by subscribing and tell us where you're watching from in the comments. Now, let's step into today's story. I met Olivia Hayes in the least romantic place imaginable, a public library in Portland, Oregon. She was reaching for a novel on the top shelf. I was returning it. "I'm guessing we have the same taste in books," she laughed. "I guess we do." That was supposed to be the end of it. Instead, it became the beginning. Over the next few months, we kept running into each other. At the bookstore, the Saturday farmers market, the coffee shop where neither of us liked the coffee but loved the quiet. Eventually, those accidental meetings became intentional. Olivia had a way of making ordinary moments feel lighter. She laughed with her whole heart. She remembered the smallest things, like how I always ordered tea instead of coffee, or that I secretly hated thunderstorms. But every time she stepped closer, I took one step back. If she texted first, I'd reply the next day. If she invited me somewhere, I'd make an excuse, not because I didn't want to be with her, because I wanted to, and that terrified me. One evening, she invited me to watch the sunset from a hill overlooking the city. We sat in silence until she quietly asked, "Can I ask you something?" "Sure." She looked at me for a long moment. "Why do you keep pushing me away?" I stared at the fading sunlight. "I don't know." She smiled softly. "I think you do." For the first time in years, I told someone the truth. 5 years earlier, I'd been engaged. 2 months before our wedding, the woman I loved left with a note that simply read, "I don't love you anymore." No explanation. No goodbye. Just silence. It wasn't losing her that broke me, I whispered. It was believing every promise after that would end the same way. Olivia listened without interrupting. When I finally looked at her, I said the words I'd carried for years. Love broke me once. She didn't rush to fix me. She didn't promise she'd never hurt me. She simply reached for my hand. I'm still here. 4 simple words. No grand speech. No impossible promises. Just presence. Over the next year, Olivia never tried to erase my past. She simply became part of my future. Slowly, I stopped expecting goodbye texts. I stopped wondering when happiness would disappear. I started believing that not every chapter ends the way the last one did. One snowy December evening, I brought Olivia back to the same hill where she'd asked me why I kept pushing her away. "I have another answer now," I said. She smiled. "What is it?" "I wasn't afraid of loving you." I took a small ring from my pocket. "I was afraid of losing you before I even had the chance." Tears filled her eyes. "You don't have to be afraid anymore." She said yes before I could even finish asking. Isn't it strange? Pain has a way of convincing us that history will repeat itself. It whispers that every goodbye will sound like the last one. But healing rarely arrives all at once. Sometimes it arrives as someone who keeps showing up, not to rescue you, not to change you, just to remind you that love isn't measured by the promises people make. It's measured by the people who quietly keep them. If today's story found a place in your heart, tell us in the comments. Has someone ever stayed with you when you expected them to leave? Your story might become the hope someone else needs today. Thank you for spending these moments with StoryMun. Until next time, protect your heart, but don't lock it forever. Because one day, someone may gently knock and stay